Hello, I'm Angela Singleton with Singleton Educational Services. Today's video is about homeschool scheduling and planning. This is a really common question that parents ask about all the time. What day planner do you use? How do you schedule your day? How do I stay organized? Well, like many things we talk about here, it's entirely up to the parent and what works for them. So, scheduling, what do I do? Well, my my scheduling might be a little different than yours, but the important thing is, what do you need? What are you going to do? So, factors that come into this for what we need to help us schedule, specifically, how do we plan our day? What day planner might we use, or what planning idea or approach might we use? Many homeschool families will use a day planner of some sort, whether it's specific to a homeschool planner or whether it's a specific type of homeschool scheduling. There's a lot of different options here. Now, things to keep in mind for deciding what you need. What are you going to record in your scheduler or planner? Are you going to record appointments, your lesson plans and assignments for the day, for the week, for the year? Are you going to include your goals, objectives, whether they're short term or long term? Do you want to record your field trips, meal planning, attendance for school purposes, deadlines, extracurricular activities, your child's grades, your child's work by subject? Is this going to be for one child, for all the children, for the entire family, or just for the parent? Or are you going to have separate planners for each person? And do you want this to be an online planner, a paper-bound planner, a customizable printable planner? There's so many options. So it's important to know what options are available, what you really need or want, and then go from there to decide what's best for you. Now, my choice. If you've watched all my videos from the past couple of weeks, you will know that I pretty much stick with keep it simple. Less is more. And the reason is because I don't have time or I don't want to make time to spend planning. I kind of like to have a general rough idea of what's going on, but be flexible and have general goals long term, but not get stressed out about day by day. I don't want to spend a lot of time planning each and every day. I don't want to spend, one afternoon a week planning my whole next week. I don't want to spend a significant amount of time planning the whole semester. I really want a lot of it simplified and done for me where I have less to do. So the curriculum that I chose for our children until they went to dual enrollment is one that, by the way, I get no kickback. I'm not affiliated. Anyways, we use Sunlight. Okay. Now, their sister company is called Bookshark. So, depending what you're looking for, you could look at either one of those. They're basically the same, just one is Christian and one is not. So, our curriculum came with what are called instructor guides. These instructor guides came with a recommended schedule, okay? And with this came the specific subject and space to fill in more, plus blank sheets where we could just literally fill in even more subjects. And it came with the recommended or suggested assignments for each day of each week. Aha. Now, because I'm not a super stickler to a specific schedule, I basically took the 36-week guide of assignments and I told my kids, aim to finish about 3 weeks of work every month. That gave them a whole lot of time to be flexible around competitions, around big deadlines for science fair projects that they might be doing regionally, or any other big tasks, right? When I have a music composer in the house that's actively competing and her instrument and in the composition deadlines, and another child that's really big into engineering project and is doing things at the university, and I mean, we were just very busy. We were always taking on extra things outside of the curriculum. When they were in dance, we had lots of dance recitals. And, when we were more focused on the music and not the competition part of our stage and this journey, we had lots of rehearsals, lots of practice, lots of performances. So when your schedule's busy, you might need to flex. That's why for me, it was great that our curriculum provided a suggested schedule, right? And then I just told the kids, hey, when you finish it, put the date in the box. Simple enough, right? And then I just kind of oversee each week. Did they get, 3/4 of it done? Good enough, right? My goal was just to keep them on task. And the beauty is I spiral bound it to make it a little, more efficient for us. And then it kind of gives us our year in review, right? And for us in Florida that need a portfolio, this served as my portfolio. We just added a couple assignments in there for the teacher to look at. And so each of my kids had their own spiral bound schedule for the year of just school stuff. I added in extracurricular things too. I would just put it in these extra areas. And then me personally, as a parent, I kept my own day planner. Okay, again, not affiliated with these. There's just stickers on here. But I had my own personal day planner. I just went to the store and bought what I liked. I prefer the spiral bound. And I like having big open days where it's got the date and then I can just fill it in. My one this year has things over here where I can put in the time of day and what the appointment is. So my appointments are on the left, my commitments, and then my to-do list is on the right. But every year I just buy one of these. It's a whole 12-year calendar. And this is where I put our appointments. This is where I put my specific tasks that I have to do, whether it's certain scholarship paperwork that's coming up due or different applications for my child. If they have music lessons, this is where I put what I have to do every day. So when I open up my schedule for the week, I'm looking at the whole week and all the things I need to do. This is what I focus on. And what do the kids focus on? Their planner, just their academic planner. So this is how we function. Now that the kids are dual enrolled, we don't have our curriculum schedule anymore. So I just buy them a student day planner and they just write in what they need to know as notes for themselves or what they're doing or any big assignments like tests that are coming up or big projects that are due. So this is how we stay organized. It's what works for us. I have friends that have went all out mega style on the homeschool planner. And, it's for some of them a complete art project, craft galore. That's awesome. I don't want to do that, but that's okay. So your choice will completely depend on what you need and want to help you stay organized, right? Some day planners even have little encouragement sayings or might have daily scripture or, encouragement for the homeschool mom or, there's so many options I'm seeing. And that's wonderful because each of us have different needs or wants, right? We have different things that feed us emotionally or spiritually or whatever your need is, right? And it's okay. So I took a little bit of time to go through all these different plans that people talk about. I had no idea there were so many. So homeschool parents have been asking, what planner do you prefer? What do you like? How do you schedule? And a lot of parents respond. So I took the most common responses and made a little chart here for you. So all of the planner names that are on the left column, just add homeschool planner after it. Okay, so homeschool planet, homeschool planner, a simple plan, homeschool planner, you get the idea. Just run it through like this, okay? Now you can see there's so many options. Some of them are exclusively online. Some of them are online where you can customize it, then print it out. Some of them are strictly just paper. Most of them give you an option to include grades or attendance. In Florida, we don't have to keep attendance unless your umbrella school requires that. Most all of well, it looks like all of them allow you to do lesson plans. The Homeschool Planner actually lets you specifically choose your curriculum and like purchase it through this online purchase thing, and it downloads it into their system. Oh, it's amazing. All of them almost let you customize it to some degree, right? You can add field trips. Some of them actually have a form in there you can fill out. Many of them allow you to add for multiple people, or you can like draw lines in there with a ruler to create more columns for multiple people. The important thing to look at is cost, because some of us do have a budget. So it looks like the fancier you get, the more it's gonna cost, of course. So anyways, this is just a rough guide. I have used none of them. Now, the House of Doolittle homeschool planner, it looks like it's actually just like something like I use. They just have a gazillion different layout options that you can choose from. So there's lots of different pricing with that. So anyways, there you go. Here's the most commonly ones that were mentioned on this week of collection of questions regarding homeschool planners. So now, what does the daily schedule look like? Another common question. And I have to tell you, it's different for everyone. Some families want it totally structured, totally planned. At 8 a.m. we do this, at 8:30 we do that, at 9 o'clock we do this. That's great. Every time we tried to do that, it failed. My kids didn't do so well with it. So what we need to do is just lots of flexibility. Some friends refer to that as being fluid. You got to do what works for you. If your family works best being totally structured all day long, block scheduling, awesome. High achieving in that approach, right? But if your family just melts down and you lose the whole day of school because everyone's grumpy and upset, then restructure. Sometimes the best thing is to let your kids sleep in, be well rested, well fed, and happy attitudes, right? So you need to figure out what's going to work for you. I can't recommend a set schedule because it's going to be different with every family. Anyways, if you have more questions or would like to talk about any of these homeschool topics, more about scheduling and planning, or anything else, if you need help planning out your child's academic year, picking a curriculum, just need a consultation for writing transcripts or planning high school years or planning for college, I'm your girl. Reach out to me on Facebook or YouTube and I'll be happy to help you. All right, have a great day.